Meal Plan Monday. Hey y'all, hey, Erica with Time to Shrink. It is a new day, y'all. It's Monday. Meal Plan Monday. So I'm going to go over with y'all my meal plan for the week, and we are going to do a little meal prepping today as well. Alright y'all, here is my meal plan for the week. This is my meal planning board. If you're new to me, I absolutely love this setup. I schedule out what I have scheduled for the week, and then I go and put what we're going to eat. This is my to-do list of phone calls or different things I need to do, grocery list, and then my plan for meal prep for the week, and then the chores I want to accomplish. I love having things set in to-do lists instead of do this day, because I do have some health issues and I have some bad days and I have some good days. So when I do it this way, I can check it when I've done it, but it doesn't have to be scheduled for this time on this day. That's how I used to do scheduling, and it always got me incredibly anxious. And then down here is my posting schedule for YouTube. It's supposed to be exercise, but I use it for posting for YouTube. So the plan for the week, y'all. I am going to have egg roll in a bowl for Monday. Tuesday, Keto Chili. I'm super excited to try that. Alfredo chicken over zoodles. Fathead pizza. I may actually make that into like pizza roll-ups. We shall see what I'm feeling that day. Leftovers. I'm leaving Saturday open because this is so much food. We'll probably have 2 days of leftovers. If not, I can always pull chicken wings or burgers or something out. And then fajita nachos. I'm planning to make my own fajita nachos, and I'm planning to make, Nicole Burgess does Foodie Fridays, and she made a queso dip that sounds so good. So we're going to have carne asada nachos, chips for some of the family, and pork rinds for me and my daughter, with the queso that Nicole made. I am super psyched about the plan for this week, and I'm going to run to Walmart real quickly and then get to meal prepping. Well, we had to change our day a little bit. This shelf completely collapsed, completely came out of the wall. You would think these pantries were made to hold food, but you know. So luckily Jason has reinforced everything, and he's found some more pantry space for me too.
I fixed it before she came home. I know I was doing a good thing. I didn't know she wanted a picture of the before.
I didn't get a before, but that's okay. So we've got all of this stuff out. So we're gonna do some reorganizing, and let me show you what he came up with in my laundry room for extra storage. This is my laundry room, y'all. It's a little bit of a mess, but we have these drawers down here that truthfully have been mainly empty. I have this one that I store my laundry stuff in, and then this is just a pull out so I have somewhere to set stuff. But these bottom ones haven't really been in use. So he put all my paper products down here, and then he put this in the wall right into the studs so it can hold lots of stuff. So I have a little bit of an extra pantry now. That's awesome. Thanks, Jay. Alright, let's do some meal prepping, y'all. I'm gonna make a cheesecake fluff. Basically, it's kind of like making a fat bomb. My daughter just started doing keto, so I'm gonna make this for her. What you need is 1 box of Jell-O, a cup of water, a cup of heavy cream, and 1 thing of cream cheese. I'm using a third less fat because it has less carbs. So what I'm gonna do is, in my mixing bowl, I'm going to pour my heavy whipping cream, and I'm gonna whip it a little bit, and then I'm gonna mix everything else in. I whipped my heavy whipping cream until it is whipped. Whipped it. Whip it good, y'all. This is a cup of water, and I added 3 scoops of protein powder. Isopure Cookies and Cream has 0 carbs and 25 grams per scoop, so I did 3 of those. It just calls for water in the recipe, but this is my way to add protein. So I'm gonna add that, an entire block. This is 8 ounces of Philadelphia cream cheese. The important thing with the cream cheese is to get it to room temperature. This is not gonna work right if your cream cheese is not room temperature. Whatever kind of sugar-free pudding mix you wanna use, I'm doing cheesecake. You could do any of them. And we're just gonna dump that powder in. There we go. And we're gonna get this all blended well. So when this is finished, it just looks like a pudding consistency. and you're just going to put it into the refrigerator and let it sit for an hour or so. Next thing I'm gonna make is an egg loaf. I've made this many times, y'all. 1 stick of butter, 1 stick of cream cheese, 8 eggs, and then you can sweeten it however you want. Blend it up. I used a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of gentle sweet in this, and it's just gonna go straight into the oven. We are gonna prep Keto Ginger's chili. Well, kind of Keto Ginger's chili. She did not have an exact recipe, and I'm not one for recipes, really. I kind of just wing things, but I liked the concept of it, so this may be a little different, but I've got my Instant Pot on saute so that it's getting hot. The main ingredient that she uses that she says makes such a difference is chorizo. So I've never put chorizo in my chili, but I love chorizo. So we're gonna use 1.5 pounds of ground beef, which my hubby is over there behind the scenes getting ready for me. We're gonna use chorizo. I've got 1 onion diced, and she used a red pepper diced as well. Instead, I am going to use some roasted red peppers because I had this jar and it needs to be used. And then I have fire roasted green chilies. I don't think she used that, but I had the jar, so we're gonna use it. We're gonna use some frozen garlic. This is, I get these at Target. I think they have them at Walmart too, but it's frozen crushed garlic. I'll probably use 3 of these cubes. And then cilantro and Mexican just go together in my mind. It just sounds good, chorizo and cilantro. So I'm gonna add some frozen cilantro as well. She used diced tomatoes, fire roasted diced tomatoes. I don't have those, but I had a can of crushed tomatoes, so I'm gonna use crushed. I'm gonna use some beef broth, some Worcestershire sauce, some cumin, and chili. I have a couple different kinds of, this is a medium hot chili, and this is chili 3000. These are from Penzeys, that's where I buy my spices. So I'm gonna pull you in and we're gonna get to making this. I've got my Instant Pot on saute, piping hot. I'm just gonna put a little bit of avocado oil in. I'm gonna add in my onions. Oh, oh, oh my gosh, y'all. Maybe, there we go. I'm gonna add my fire roasted green chilies. I'm gonna add the juice from the roasted peppers, and I'm gonna add all of my roasted peppers. So this is 1 can of roasted peppers. Just gonna let that saute down a little bit, and then we will add the rest of our ingredients. I'm going to add in my tomatoes. This is some cumin, about 2 teaspoons of cumin. This is some chili powder, about a tablespoon. And then this is called chili 3000. It just has some great flavors. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of that because that's what I have left. I pop in our garlic, and I'm gonna pop in some cilantro. All right, got all that in here. It is smelling good. I did add in a little bit of beef bouillon, and I'm gonna add a cup of water and a little bit of, this is Worcestershire, probably a couple tablespoons worth of that. Here comes the ground beef. This is ground beef that I've already cooked. I'm probably gonna do about a little over 1 pound. Here is our chorizo. Doesn't that look good? Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm gonna get our chorizo out of the pan and into our Instant Pot. I had Jason do up 4 pounds of ground meat for me, y'all, because I'm gonna use it in more than one thing. So this is he did 4 pounds of ground beef, and then I threw the chorizo in the same pan. And I will show you how I'm gonna make all the other things. You could totally do this on the stovetop, but if I do it in the Instant Pot, once I put the lid on, I can move on to other things and just not have to even think about stirring it, and then just come back to it when it's done. Put about a cup of water in this jar. That way we get all the good tomato goodness out of there. And now we're gonna add some tomato paste. Last week I had extra tomato paste and I froze it. I froze it in these little pucks, so I'm gonna add 3 of these in. Actually, I'm gonna add 4. 4 of those right in. Then we're just gonna put the top on. If you wanted to use this Instant Pot as a slow cooker and just let it cook all day, you could do that. I am just going to put it on soup mode and probably do like 15 minutes. Put it on soup and adjust the time up to 12. So the next thing I'm gonna do is take a little bit of this meat and make a taco meat. So I'm gonna put it right in those chorizo juices because that'll work great for taco. I'm gonna heat up about 1/2 pound of meat in this with some taco seasoning. I'm gonna mix this up for him, make some egg roll in a bowl, and then get some lunches prepped for the kids, and that's it for today. The next thing I'm gonna make is egg roll in a bowl. So what you're gonna need is, this I've not used before, but I decided to add it. Them Trader Joe's mushroom umami, we're gonna add a little bit of that. Rice wine vinegar, coconut aminos. You could totally use soy sauce instead. They taste the same, really. I just don't like to do a lot of soy if I can help it. And I have this now. Toasted sesame oil. This goes in the very end. You don't want to cook with this. This is an oil that doesn't like high heat, but it's great at the end. Some red fish sauce, red boat fish sauce. This stuff is very, very fishy and rank when you smell it, but it's a really good addition, I promise. Okay, and then you can use broccoli slaw. You can use any kind of slaw that you want. I got shredded green cabbage, and then I got, this one is kale, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, green cabbage, and red cabbage. And then I'm probably gonna sprinkle in a little bit of chopped onion, and then we will add some frozen spices too. Let me grab those. We're gonna use ginger, garlic, and cilantro. So we're gonna set these over here too, and we're gonna get to cooking, y'all. This is what I have left of my ground beef. I've got about a pound left, so we're gonna use this ground beef for this dish, but we're gonna start with our cabbage. Exact same pan that I had browned all that meat in, I just dried it out, and then we don't have to dirty up any more dishes. Medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna start dumping. I think I'm gonna use half of this, and then the other half I'm gonna make a coleslaw with. There we go. I'm gonna add just a little bit of avocado oil to help get this going. If I had just cooked my ground beef only for this, I would have just cooked this in some of the fat from the ground beef. But since we had to clean out our pan because of the chorizo, we're gonna use a little bit of avocado oil. Let this start wilting down, and then you're gonna add all the other ingredients. This is a super easy and quick one-pot meal. How long you cook it depends on if you want it to still have a little bit of a bite or you don't. And this is also something that is great reheated. So easily reheats, but it's also good cold. So this is ginger. I'm going to do 4 ginger. This is just grated ginger that's been frozen. Add some garlic, cilantro. Cilantro is optional, but I love it with Mexican or Asian. Anything Mexican or Asian. I do not have a recipe for this, y'all, so I'm just going to try and measure as I go. This is that fish sauce. I'm going to do a tablespoon of that. A couple tablespoons of rice. This is rice wine vinegar. Put a little bit of chopped onion. Use some more rice vinegar. Just adding some pepper. It's just some gentle sweet. I'm going to add about 2 of these spoons. You just need a little bit of sweetness. With the coconut aminos and the rice wine vinegar, you just need that little bit of sweetness. So I usually just add a little bit of sweet and get it tossed around. Alright, let's check out our chili, y'all. It looks great. It's spicy, but it is so good. My family likes spicy, and it is yum. It's really, really yum. Thank you, Keto Ginger. I'm sure you probably won't even see this, but if you do, I really enjoyed your recipe. I know I kind of changed it up based on what I had, but it was definitely different than any chili I've ever made before in a very good way. I love my chili, but I love to have something completely different too. So this is a winner, I think. We'll see how the family likes it. I made Caroline's little keto boxes for her lunches. So we made a few that have, this is 2 ounces of meat and 1 ounce of nuts. And then she'll grab a cheese stick to go with these probably. And then this is roast beef in a Joseph's pita, which is, I think it's 4 carbs for a whole one, and this is half of one. And it's got some French cheese and roast beef, and I threw in some pork rinds, some sugar snap peas, and an ounce of nuts, and the same thing in these 3. And then I'm going to throw in a little thing of honey mustard for her to dip. We bought the G. Hughes honey mustard to try out this week. Alright y'all, that's going to be a wrap for today. We got a lot accomplished, and I think we're going to eat really, really well this week. I am looking forward to it. Talk to you tomorrow.